Russia, the largest country on Earth, stretches across 2 continents and spans 11 time zones. It is a land of vast contrasts, where snow-covered mountains meet golden deserts, where ancient cities whisper stories from centuries past, and where untouched nature blends with modern urban life. From the iconic spires of Moscow to the imperial beauty of Saint Petersburg, Russia offers more than just history. It offers an experience. Majestic rivers flow through historic towns. Forests, lakes, and mountains shape a wilderness that feels endless. Each corner of this immense land holds something different, something unforgettable. The culture is deep and resilient. Its literature, art, music, and architecture reflect a people shaped by struggle, triumph, and a love for the vast land they call home. Kaliningrad is a city unlike any other in Russia. Tucked between Poland and Lithuania on the Baltic Sea, it feels both Russian and European, shaped by centuries of change. Once known as Königsberg, it was a major Prussian city, and traces of that German past still echo through its streets, buildings, and bridges. The heart of Kaliningrad holds stories of war, rebirth, and cultural fusion. The Gothic-style Königsberg Cathedral stands as a powerful symbol of the city's layered history. Nearby, the tomb of philosopher Immanuel Kant reminds visitors of the city's intellectual roots. Kaliningrad's museums reveal a complex past, from the Amber Museum, housed in a medieval fortress tower, to exhibits on World War history and Soviet heritage. The city's relationship with amber is deep and ancient, and nowhere is it more vivid than along the shores of the Curonian Spit, a narrow strip of sand and forest that stretches into the sea like a natural dreamscape. The Amber Museum in Kaliningrad is a place where nature's beauty meets human craftsmanship. Located inside a 19th-century fortress tower, the museum holds the largest collection of amber in Russia. But this is more than just a collection of stones. It is a journey into the heart of something ancient, rare, and deeply tied to the region. Amber is not a mineral. It is fossilized tree resin, formed over millions of years and often containing preserved insects, leaves, or air bubbles from prehistoric times. Each piece tells a story from a time long before people walked the earth, The museum displays amber in all its forms, from raw chunks to finely carved sculptures and delicate jewelry. Inside, visitors see how amber has been used across centuries in religious icons, royal gifts, and decorative art. Königsberg Cathedral stands as a solemn witness to centuries of history. Located on Kniefhof Island in the center of Kaliningrad, this Gothic masterpiece was built in the 14th century, when the city was still part of the medieval Teutonic state. Its red brick walls, tall spire, and arched windows reflect the grandeur of a distant European past. The cathedral has survived war, fire, and time. During the Second World War, much of Kaliningrad was destroyed, but the cathedral remained standing, though damaged. Its careful restoration in the years that followed brought new life to the ruins and preserved its spirit for generations to come. Inside the cathedral, the atmosphere is quiet and reflective. Soft light filters through stained glass. The echo of footsteps carries through the vast nave. The tomb of philosopher Immanuel Kant rests beside the cathedral, a silent tribute to one of the greatest minds in history. The Curonian Spit is one of nature's quiet masterpieces. Stretching along the Baltic Sea for nearly 100 kilometers, this narrow ribbon of sand connects Russia to Lithuania and separates the Curonian Lagoon from the open sea. Its landscapes shift gently between rolling dunes, dark pine forests, and calm shores touched by wind and time. This fragile, ever-changing landform is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognized for both its beauty and its delicate balance with nature. For centuries, people have lived here in harmony with the land, fishing, sailing, and building small villages that still echo with tradition. Walking along the Curonian Spit feels like stepping into a peaceful dream. The dancing dunes, some of the tallest in Europe, rise and fall like waves of golden earth. Birds fly overhead in great migrations. The forests whisper with age. In every season, the Spit tells a different story, wild, silent, and deeply alive. Veliki Novgorod is one of the oldest cities in Russia, a place where the roots of Russian history reach deep into the earth. Located along the Volkhov River, it was once a powerful republic, a center of trade, culture, and early democracy long before Moscow rose to power. At its heart stands the Novgorod Kremlin, also known as the Didnitz. Its red walls and tall towers have guarded the city for centuries. Within those walls stands St. Sophia Cathedral, built in the 11th century. Its rounded domes and simple strength reflect the deep spirituality and enduring faith of the Russian people. Veliki Novgorod was a city of knowledge, home to some of the earliest schools and libraries in the region. St. Sophia Cathedral in Pskov is one of the oldest stone churches in Russia. Built in the 11th century, it rises from the heart of the Pskov Krom, where two rivers meet. With its thick white walls and silver domes, the cathedral stands as a symbol of spiritual endurance and architectural strength. This cathedral was not built for beauty alone. It was built to last, to protect, to inspire, and to guide. Inside, its tall arches hold the weight of time. Faint traces of ancient frescoes still cling to the walls. Candles flicker in the stillness. Saint Petersburg is a city of elegance, imagination, and light. Built on the edge of the Neva River near the Gulf of Finland, it was founded to be Russia's window to the West. Today, it stands as one of the most graceful and inspiring cities in all. Palaces, cathedrals, and canals weave through the city like threads in a royal tapestry. The architecture tells a story of vision and ambition. From Baroque facades to classical domes, each detail shaped by emperors, artists, and revolutionaries. The Winter Palace, once the home of the Tsars, now houses the Hermitage Museum, one of the richest collections of art in the world. Saint Petersburg is a city of water and sky. Its bridges open like petals at night, and its long summer days, called the White Nights, fill the air with music, poetry, and celebration. Boats drift along the canals, and golden spires reflect in the river's quiet surface. This city has known glory, struggle, and rebirth. The Hermitage Museum is not just a museum. It is a treasure house of human creativity. Located in the heart of St. Petersburg, it stretches across 6 grand buildings, including the Winter Palace, once home to the Russian Tsars. Each room, each corridor, carries the weight of history and the glow of timeless art. With over 3 million items in its collection, the Hermitage holds one of the largest and most valuable assemblies of art in the world. Paintings by Leonardo da Vinci, Rembrandt, and Raphael share space with ancient sculptures, rare manuscripts, and treasures from distant civilizations. The museum is a world of marble halls, golden ceilings, and endless galleries. But beyond its beauty, the Hermitage tells a deeper story of Russia's connection to the wider world, of its hunger for knowledge, culture, and greatness. Walking through the Hermitage is like walking through the soul of civilization. The Peter and Paul Fortress is where the story of Saint Petersburg began. Built on a small island in the Neva River, it was the first structure raised by Peter the Great in the early 18th century. From this stronghold grew a city that would become the cultural heart of an empire. Its golden spire, rising from the Peter and Paul Cathedral, is one of the city's most iconic sights. Beneath that spire lie the tombs of Russian emperors, including Peter the Great himself. Inside, the cathedral is filled with light, marble, and quiet dignity, the royal resting place shaped by both power and faith. But the fortress was more than a symbol. For many years, it served as a prison for political dissidents, writers, and revolutionaries. Behind its thick walls, history moved in silence, shaped by ideas, resistance, and change. Today, the Peter and Paul Fortress is a peaceful place where visitors walk along the river, explore museums, and watch the city reflect on the water. The Church of the Savior on Spilled Blood rises like a dream from the banks of the Gribadov Canal in St. Petersburg. Its colorful onion domes, shimmering mosaics, and bold design set it apart from every building around it. But its beauty holds a solemn story. This church was built on the very spot where Emperor Alexander II was fatally wounded in the late 19th century. It was meant as a memorial, not just in stone, but in spirit, a place of remembrance, built with deep care and meaning. The walls inside are covered in detailed mosaics, stretching from floor to ceiling. Scenes from the life of Christ, saints, and sacred symbols fill the space with color and light. It is one of the largest mosaic collections in the world, crafted with precision and reverence. The Church of the Savior on Spilled Blood is not a place of regular worship. It is a monument to faith, to loss, and to the power of art to hold memory. Nevsky Prospect is the beating heart of St. Petersburg, a wide, elegant avenue that stretches through the city like a thread of history, culture, and life. Laid out by Peter the Great, it was designed to connect the city to the world, and over the centuries, it has grown into one of the most famous streets in Russia. Along its path stand palaces, cathedrals, shops, cafes, and theaters, each with its own story. The Kazan Cathedral rises with calm majesty, its columns facing the crowds. The Singer House, with its Art Nouveau curves and glass dome, reflects the spirit of early modern design. Every building, every corner, carries the weight of time. Nevsky Prospect has seen processions, revolutions, and daily life unfold across generations. Writers like Dostoevsky and Gogol walked its pavements, drawing inspiration from the people and the pulse of the street. Peterhof Palace is a celebration of power, beauty, and imagination. Overlooking the Gulf of Finland, it was built by Peter the Great as Russia's answer to the grandeur of Versailles. With its golden fountains, sweeping gardens, and royal halls, the palace stands as a shining symbol of imperial ambition. At the heart of the estate lies the Grand Palace, a long, elegant structure with gilded roofs and richly decorated interiors. Inside, rooms glitter with chandeliers, mirrors, and polished wood, each one a tribute to the art and wealth of the Russian Empire. But it is the lower park that draws the eyes of all who visit. Over 100 fountains dance in perfect harmony, their water powered by gravity alone. The Grand Cascade, with its golden statues and rushing water, flows down from the palace like a living stream of light. Nearby, trick fountains surprise and delight, a playful touch from a Tsar who loved to entertain. Pskov is one of the oldest cities in Russia, a quiet guardian of ancient walls, sacred churches, and deep traditions. Sitting near the border with Estonia, the city has long stood as a frontier, a meeting point of cultures, and a stronghold of faith and defense. At the heart of Pskov rises the Krom, a medieval fortress built where two rivers meet. Its thick stone towers and white stone cathedral tell of battles fought, alliances formed, and centuries of unbroken settlement. The Trinity Cathedral, with its shining dome, has watched over the city for more than 1,000 years. Inside, candles flicker and prayers echo beneath high arches painted with icons. Pskov's beauty lies not only in its monuments, but in its calm streets and riverside paths. Wooden houses, old bridges, and peaceful parks give the city a timeless rhythm. Around Pskov, ancient monasteries rest in quiet fields, their bells carrying through forests and open skies. This city is not shaped by noise or speed. In the quiet town of Pechery, near Russia's western edge, stands a monastery that has never broken its silence. The Pechery Monastery is one of the few in Russia that has remained active through every storm of history. A rare place where the old world still breathes. Its origins lie deep beneath the ground, in ancient caves once carved by monks seeking solitude and prayer. These sacred tunnels, cool and narrow, have served as both shelter and shrine for over 5 centuries. Pilgrims walk them with quiet steps, candles lighting the path, where voices barely rise above a whisper. Above the caves, the monastery's buildings shine in soft colors, blue, green, and gold, rising gently behind protective stone walls. The bells ring on schedule, echoing across forests and hillsides. Life here moves with purpose, shaped by prayer, work, and the cycle of the day. Vyborg Castle rises from a small island in the middle of a quiet bay, its stone walls reflected in the water below. Built in the 13th century by Swedish knights, it stands as one of the few remaining examples of true medieval fortification in Russia. Surrounded by forests and waterways near the border with Finland, the castle tells a story of shifting lands and changing empires. It has belonged to Sweden, to Russia, to Finland, and back again, each chapter leaving its mark on the stones and towers. The centerpiece of the fortress is St. Olaf's Tower, a tall and narrow structure that watches over the town like a silent guardian. Climbing to its top reveals a wide view of Vyborg, where cobblestone streets and old rooftops stretch toward the horizon. Inside, the castle now holds a museum, filled with artifacts, armor, and displays that bring the region's layered past to life.
Rostov-Veliki is one of Russia's oldest and most graceful towns. Set beside the calm waters of Lake Nero, It has stood for more than 1,000 years, a place where time seems to move slowly, wrapped in silence, sky, and stone. At the heart of the town stands the Rostov Kremlin, a masterpiece of white walls, silver domes, and arched towers. Unlike a true fortress, this Kremlin was built for beauty, not battle. Its bell tower rings out over the lake, while courtyards and chambers reflect the elegance of the old Russian style. Nearby, the Cathedral of the Assumption rises with calm authority, its frescoes faded by time, yet full of spirit. Narrow lanes lead to quiet churches, wooden homes, and peaceful gardens, where the past feels close and unbroken. Rostov-Veliki was once a center of faith and learning, and even now it carries that deep sense of purpose. Pilgrims come to feel the sacred stillness, while travelers come to see a Russia untouched by speed.